one red, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes.
That's not your category.
Because I got kids, right?
You're not, ma'am. Yes. Are you? Would you say that you're a woman that's in high demand or most wanted?
I could be. I mean, yeah, I could be. I mean,
You could be. So okay.
Right.
Can I tell you about myself?
Hold on. Ma'am, you're 37 with 2 children. Where in the world do women who are average to above average look, average to cute, who are a little overweight with 2 kids, where are these women in high demand?
Kevin, I'm working on myself. So if
No, ma'am, I asked a very specific question. It's not, no, because you're working on yourself. That's fine, but that doesn't mean you're in high demand.
I can get there, can
And
I? So you mean to tell me if I don't?
Yeah,
if
you
I
can get
lose
there if you
20
work.
pounds, and
80 years ago with a woman in your position, even without the children, 80 years ago would a woman in your position be with the top 10% man?
You said
80 years ago. 80 years ago. Would she be with a man in the top 10% of all men? 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. There are a limited
That was
amount of
wrong,
these men
too.
to go around. Ma'am, this one I want you guys to understand, especially in the Black community. You're an average woman by any stretch of the imagination, and I think that's being fair. Average at best is more likely the term. Average at best would be pretty fair.
Okay,
But listen.
I'm listening.
But the issue is, so I got to settle for an average man. That's not settling. That's getting what you can afford to buy on the sexual marketplace.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
The sexual marketplace.
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you can't. You're 37 with 2 kids. If they're less than 10% of the men, why would he pick you over a woman with no children?
But Kevin, I talk to pretty good high value. I go on dates with high caliber men.
Yes, they will go on dates with you. They will talk to you. They'll have sex with you.
We talk about marriage.
I want you to understand, this is what the issue is, because I've talked about this for a year and a half, because men will deal with you. What man of value, who is a high value man recognized by other men of value, what man that fits in that category is seriously vetting you to be a wife today?
I'm talking to someone now. I'm been dating this guy now who's a pretty high value, and we've been talking.
How old is he?
He's 51.
And what makes him high value?
He owns his own car dealership, and he has multiple businesses. He owns houses. Like he's doing pretty good for himself. He's probably not rich, but
ma'am, being high value is more than just money.
He got a good head on his shoulders. He got a good personality. He take care of himself. He work out. He don't even look like he.
Oh, Jesus Christ, ma'am. I'm trying to be reasonable, but it's more than just money. And I'm saying a man why would a man? How can I say this without sounding rude?
Kevin, just.
I'm trying to. Why would a man who has this going on, and what state are you in?
I am in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, I just said state. But
Cleveland
why would a man choose a woman like that Okay, if you say he's high value, to me, when I talk about high value, it's not just money. It's over a period of time. It's what you do. It's also men of value must recognize you as a peer or a potential peer. You got to have a network of high value men and others, and you must be useful to others in a group. So you judge a man not just on his money, by his network, by other men who say, yeah, that's a man of value. He's a mover or shaker.
Yeah,
most eligible. Okay, man, but these men don't settle. They don't settle. They don't get women who are. There are men on YouTube right now saying, I don't know what I'm talking about being high value. But here's one thing that they do agree with me on. They don't take a woman with children. They don't. I've had men who vehemently disagree with me on a lot of things. They don't listen to me, but unanimously, we don't take another man's children because that's not even in their mindset. They don't. So you ladies can call it what you want, and I'm thinking, how long have y'all been dating?
2 weeks now.
I said seriously, but considering you to be a wife in 2 weeks, ma'am, y'all.
We just been. I said we've been talking about it.
Ma'am, that's what I'm saying, ma'am. I said what man of value who's recognized by other men of value is seriously betting you to be a wife, and you said this man, you ain't known this dude but 2 weeks.
From the streets, I'm a bitch from the streets. I get the money.
The only reason I'm pushing this hard, ma'am, is because it triggers me when I hear average women talking about settling for average men. And I'll be honest.
Why do it trigger you?
Because you'd be lucky to get an average man. He would be settling for you. He would be settling for you to have to deal with you, 2 children from somebody else. Yes, ma'am, that's why. Because
say something.
You asked, let me finish. He'd be settling for you because you.
Because I got 2 children?
Amongst other things, yes.
I mean, I'm a good person to get along with. So.
That may be, ma'am. That may be. You could be a perfectly lovely person, but there are other women who are perfectly lovely people who are childless and more physically appealing.
That's fine. Like, I mean.
So that means, ma'am, by definition, see, that's the thing. The kind of men you ladies talk about you want, they are rare. They are. For every man that falls into your category, there are thousands of women that want him. He can only have one wife. That's why.
You telling he gonna have a lot of wives? I mean,
no. He gonna have a lot. He gonna cheat a lot, but he gonna have one wife. He can only marry one person. It's called bigotry. All right, that's enough. No, that's enough. You can only have one wife. No. That's all. You can only have one wife. Nope. You sat there and why didn't you marry your baby daddy? This is
We grew apart.
Jesus, don't say it. You grew up. Ooh, softball. You grew apart. Was that before or after the second child?
The second child. We was getting into arguments and stuff.
So, and how long were y'all together?
We was together since we were teenagers.
See, that's the problem. There's another problem, man. You get no higher than your baby daddy. Because men look at a woman and they should look at her children, because men say, I'm not going to go raise a lesser man's child. That's what happens.
You think all men think like that?
You think I got 1 million subscribers on each platform because I don't know what I'm talking about? You think I can do this night in, night out, and people co-sign?
Not every single man in this world. Y'all be better off to realize that more men
think like this because the results show they do. You're almost like a mirror copy of Average at Best. The video that sparked a lot of this. She only had 1 kid, you got 2. Yes.
You trying to make it seem like I'm you trying to
I'm saying I'm making it seem. No, I want you to understand that how we came in is the same thing that she said. You saying I would have to settle for an average man, and this is a men's platform. What do you think you were saying to all the men that are average men when you say that you will be settling for them? 50% of men are average or below. You don't have a problem offending them.
No, I don't want to offend nobody.
When you say you settle for, okay, ma'am, if I said I settled for you, would that make you feel good?
A lot of people settle.
If I said I settled for, don't see when a woman doesn't answer a question directly, she's attempting to be deceptive.
Yes, I'll be mad. Yeah, I'll be mad.
Right, thank you. So don't play with me. So when you say you're going to settle for an average man, you don't mind offending them. So I have no problem telling you why I think it's crazy for an average woman. Average, you say you're 6, I'll give you a 6, 5, 6. Okay, fine. But all the other things, man, put you below average. Where can I want you to listen? Let's take it away from you and me. Let's take it away from you and me and looks and everything else because it's too personal. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's reset the table. Okay. Where would it make sense for a high school graduate who graduated with a C, a 2.0, a 2.0, right? Mm-hmm. Would it make sense somebody like that demanding to get into Harvard, Princeton, MIT, Stanford?
No.
Would they be settling for junior college?
No.
You're JUCO. Junior college. 2.0. But the way you talk and women like yourself talk is like you deserve to get into Princeton, Harvard, MIT, Stanford. When you're a 2.0, going to junior college.
Can I say something?
Sure. I mean, and understand, people go to junior college to get associates, decide to go to junior college and go to a 4-year, and it would be far better in the world for women who are average to get with an average man, because an average man provides a woman options. But I don't want you to get with an average man and feel like you're settling. You need to treat that man with respect. Because a man is worth more than a goddamn paycheck.
I mean, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, why would I disrespect them?
I'm talking about women in general. And while you disrespected them by saying settling, that's why. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Saying I'm settling is a condescending, disrespectful tone. Just like you say you would feel some kind of way if I said I settled for you. But my grandmother settled for my grandmother had a 6th grade education. My grandfather had a 4th grade education. She settled for him and gave us a family legacy that we are still trying to measure up to. We are not doing nearly as well as the people who had less education and more hard circumstances in the black community before us.
And I actually said that in a previous video, that our parents settled. I think they did. I think a lot of the reasons that a lot of our parents were married is because they understood that 80-20 rule, that, hey, he's not perfect, but he takes care of me. He gives me everything I need. I love him. You know what I'm saying? And shit, it's some relationships where people will tell you, like, I didn't even love him for real. Like, but we stayed together for the kids and we had this, and the next thing you know, this is what we had. But I didn't start out really all with feeling your mama like that, but she ended up getting pregnant. That was another thing. See, back then, getting pregnant wasn't an everyday thing. Like, first and foremost, you wore protection. First and foremost, you didn't have sex. It wasn't about even wearing protection.